Hey guys, Chris Larson, Oswego Real Estate Group. Hey, I'm going to tell you my 3 top reasons on why you should put a pool in your property if you have the room this summer. Let's jump into it. Hey, so um, standing in my yard, looking at my pool in the middle of winter, uh, towards the end of November here, it's freezing out. I've got a puffy on, and you might be saying, why is he doing a pool video in the winter? And I'll tell you why. Because this is the time that you meet with the pool contractors to figure out what exactly you want in your pool. Do you want an integrated hot tub? Do you want a tanning ledge? How deep? How wide? Do you want a power cover? How many heaters? Etc. And I'll tell you that, I'm based here in Lake Oswego, Oregon, and Oregon is not, at least this part of Oregon, is not necessarily known for being a very, very big pool marketplace. But I will say this is our second one of these we've put in, and I've had multiple clients put pools into the back of their property. And I got to tell you, it really adds value to the property and really provides a fun space for a family, friends, teenagers to get together and congregate around. And obviously, with the way COVID went down in the last, few years, it seemed like during COVID, everybody was putting a pool in. So here in our market, Portland, Oregon, there was about a 2-year backlog on pools. So if you wanted a pool during COVID, you were going to wait till 2023 probably to get it installed. But I will say this: we've already sold one house personally with the exact same pool in it, and I can tell you this: we probably tripled our investment as far as our ROI on what we spent on that pool, and then what we were able to get on that sale based on having that pool in our backyard. So 3 reasons. What are my 3 big reasons on why you should put a pool in? It's pretty simple. Number 1, fun. Do you like to have fun? Do you want to make your backyard a place where your kids come to hang out and everybody in the neighborhood wants to come and play and you want to spend time in? Because I got to tell you, after having 2 of these in the last two houses we've owned, it is just an awesome opportunity to be able to come and spend real time in your backyard, and especially on a really hot day, sitting in that pool, drinking a margarita, listening to tunes, hanging out with your friends. And I got to tell you, so number 1 for sure, without a doubt, is going to be fun. And we've got kids, teenagers, and I like to know where they're at and what they're doing and who they're hanging out with. And I'll tell you what, the pool really tends to be a draw, especially, in and around the summer times when they're out of school and I feel like they can get themselves into trouble. The pool really has been a nice asset to have in the property, in the backyard, that draws the kids in and really gives them something to do and something to hang, a place to hang with their friends. And so number 2 is going to be resale value. I really feel that maybe as a result of COVID potentially, or the fact that there were so many people locked in their houses that couldn't get out and do things, and they really wanted to try to dig in and get deeper into some of the things in and around their property, that maybe that was one of the major reasons why pools became so doggone popular during COVID, was a place to kind of hang out, and some there's obviously some entertainment value. But I'm going to go with resale on number 2, and I'll tell you a brief story. I've had actually clients put pools in and then later on go to try to sell them, and we had multiple buyers that loved the property, but the pool really scared them a lot, and to the point where they weren't buying it because they had young kids and they were, scared of safety and drowning and that kind of stuff. But actually had a client once who bought a house and had a pool in it and punched holes in the bottom of it, filled it with gravel, and put a lawn over it. So pools in Oregon have always been historically a little bit of a mixed bag. But I will say this: lately, we had this exact same pool in the last house we sold, and like I said earlier on in the video, I think we basically tripled what we put into the pool back in profit. So the ROI on that was fantastic. But I am of the opinion that if you add this kind of value to your backyard, then you should theoretically get every last dollar back. Plus, I would say, in my experience, you're gonna get a nice premium, maybe even double. If you put $100,000 in on a pool, then theoretically or hopefully, when you go to sell that pool, that you're gonna get paid. You're gonna get all that money back plus 50 to another 100% on your money back when you sell that pool. So I'm gonna go with resale value and adding something special to your property. And then third, not always covered, but I think it's pretty important, is health. Obviously, this is something we use all throughout the summers. Occasionally on the weekends, we'll heat it, and we'll use it in the during the weekends to swim and do laps and goof off in. And obviously, we got the integrated hot tub, so I'll get that thing nice and hot, and I'll spend 15-20 minutes in that thing. As you get older and you get stiffer, you need the heat to kind of loosen yourself up. And the other thing I'll do now, with it not being heated in the winter, is I'll actually do a cold plunge. And I did that this morning. The pool's 43 degrees, and that was basically 2.5 minutes in 43 weather, 43 degree water, and it was doggone cold. But there's a ton of health benefits they're now finding with cold plunging. So yeah, I mean, if you're thinking about putting a pool in, there's plenty of great contractors out there. The contractor that put this in for us, it's our second one with them. I'll leave the link below so you can check it out. But Emerald Outdoor Living, they have a location in Salem as well as one in Tigard, and they do a real nice job. It's actually a fiberglass shell, and it's not gunite, not concrete, but it's very durable. It actually does better with saline and holds heat better than concrete. Also, there's, we put a power cover in ours because in the wintertime with leaves and debris here in Oregon, we like to try to keep it as clean as possible. Plus, helps hold heat in if you're trying to heat it in the winter. But all in all, I can't recommend it enough. And if someone's out there and wants to DM us or ping me on, the process, the costs, how long, more than happy to answer those questions. The time it took from the time they dug this hole to the time the shell was in, all the concrete was poured around it, was probably about 90 days. And the average gunite pool, from my understanding here in Oregon, takes closer to 4 to 5 months. So you get to cut a little bit of time off of it as well by doing the drop-in shell. And then also, too, cost. This is at least $50,000 to $75,000 cheaper than going with a concrete pool or a concrete option versus the drop-in shell. So it's quicker and it's cheaper. So those are the two things that my big takeaway was when we made the decision to put it in the first time as well as the second time. So anywho, if you guys like what you see and you're picking up a few nuggets of information and you are enjoying the channel and things we're covering, topics we're covering, real estate related items, please feel free to hit that subscribe button and that little bell notification down at the bottom to be notified when we post videos. And again, always available to answer any questions or help out with any real estate needs you may have or need here in the Portland metro area, specifically Lake Oswego. Feel free to reach out to me, and I hope everybody has a great day. Stay safe.